This episode of Co-op is brought to you by Squarespace, GoDaddy.com, and Gamefly.
Yo.
Rob Bowen.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, you guys?
Rob Bowen.
Good morning.
It is beautiful outside.
Dude,
I know. It's finally not scorching.
Yeah.
And it's finally not just like a shitty cold day.
Oh my
Sun's
God.
out, it's great. Yep.
Yeah, God, I wish we could take advantage of it. I wish we could go outside.
Me
Yeah.
too. Oh god, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Wait. Why can't we go out?
Yeah,
I don't know.
We can do whatever we want. Like, we don't work in an
Why?
office anymore. We don't
we're
have
free.
This is so much better, you guys.
Yeah. Much better.
Hell yeah. Fresh air.
Yep.
Free at last. Free at last.
Children laughing, puppies playing.
Sprinklers sprinkling.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking great.
It is. You're in offices.
Yeah. Let's go back to work.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Everyone's always late. Only one ever on time around here.
The thing I like about you most is you've run away with me. So pack your bags and your shotgun too. We might run into zombies. We're always down for that co-op multiplayer action. We're always down. We're so down. We're so down. We're so down for co-op. We're so down for that co-op action.
Okay, so you're gonna go to the store?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Man, that's I don't understand, like, there's never anything to buy in the store. Like, I come in here every time, like, looking for stuff to buy, and there's just never anything here that's useful. I have a million Meseta, is that what it's
Meseta,
called?
yep.
Yeah. Like, I don't know why this,
Yeah.
like, the stores are totally useless.
They're there for you to sell all your loot that you get when you
Yeah,
do your
that's-
missions.
That's it. And
That
to,
is
like,
pretty much
maybe
it.
buy some photon arts or things like that, but
Yep.
I don't know. I'm still really glad that I gameflied this game, because otherwise I may never have actually played it.
Yeah.
And,
well,
like,
I was a original Phantasy Star Online player
Yeah?
from the Dreamcast days. That was kind of my WoW.
Oh,
Basically,
yeah,
at
nice.
that time. I think it's the only game I put as many online hours as I did, and that was back in the day when you had to use the controller and the keyboard together.
Right.
So this has been the first time in probably almost 7 years since I've sat down with Phantasy Star
Right.
Online again, which has been kind of a treat.
Well, and I guess you don't really need the keyboard, since the only way we can play is basically sitting right next to
Right,
each other.
exactly,
So,
yeah. I went immediately with this one to my go-to hunter character.
Right.
My favorite combo always to use with them is the hunter with the short knives
Oh, okay.
for quick combo attacks, and that always works the best.
Cool.
You had the perfect match for me.
Yeah, I just normally I want to play like a magic class or a melee class, but I decided to go for the ranged class because I was just wondering how it would work in the game.
Yeah.
And it turns out that it's actually pretty cool because the different ranged weapons control differently. So if you have a single pistol or if you have the double pistols, you can move and fire as much as you want. But if you have a big rifle, every time you fire, you stop moving. So you have to like stick and move, stick and move, stick and move. But it has a single powerful blast, and like I found that the weapon switching in the game and the movement controls in the game are actually pretty nice.
Yeah.
Like I was a little bit concerned about how that would work out. You add your weapons to your palettes, and I don't know, there's like 6 or 7 of them in the palette.
Yeah.
And then I can switch to any of them on the fly whenever I want. Like I found myself switching to like a melee weapon in the right hand and a gun in the left hand combo.
Yeah.
And then switching to like the double guns and switching to the single rifle pretty fluidly.
Yeah, and also when you hold down the circle button to change weapons, you know, pressing over on the D-pad again lets you have the same quick access to some items as well, which is another really elegant solution while you're running around. You never have to jump into the menus. I can just throw in I'd usually throw in because I play more of a tank character.
Yeah.
I usually carry, a lot of close access to the heal stuff, and then usually like a defense and attack booster as well that I can really quickly beef up my guy, jump into a crowd, and be able to, as I'm taking damage, really quickly be able to heal myself without having to leave and, go to a corner to hit start, go into a menu.
Right. And I was doing the same kind of switching, but it was because with the ranged weapons, I'm always running out of my photon points.
Yes.
So I'm always having to refill them, like, refill my ammo in the middle of a battle.
Right.
And you can do it really fast. So I think that's definitely one thing that they got right in this version of the game is the combat. Some of the things they didn't get right are like your party members. Your party members have the worst AI. It's terrible.
And the worst voice acting, and the worst dialogue.
The story is beyond ridiculous. The characters are even worse. The lines, I don't know if it's the translation or what, but it's awful.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
Let's go then.
Headmaster Nav? Huh, he's not here.
I'm here.
Ugh, why don't I ever learn? Vivian.
And I am really, really tired of having sexual harassment being hilarious.
Right.
Oh, look how cute this sexually harassing character is who's in a position of power.
Every
Isn't that
male
great?
character there is has some sort of fetish or issue or problem with grabbing girls' butts.
Right.
Isn't it? Just all this stuff they sort of allude to, which is I don't know, it just didn't do anything for me at all.
No, well, it's not and it's always treated with this kind of funny, haha, background circus music because, this is so funny, he's so cute, that kind of shit.
Hey, why so glum?
It's those lawyers. They're trying to slap me with a harassment suit. I've got to be on my best behavior. They're so cold and heartless. Can an old man just have his fun?
But as far as I'm concerned, I'm like, okay, you can just throw all that shit out. Jfresh and I are just gonna, once I unlock the whole world, all the worlds, it's let's just go do all the free missions over and over again and get a bunch of fat loot.
And arguably, that is what Phantasy Star Online is all about anyways. I mean, it's basically what we said last night, is kind of level grind the game.
Yeah.
It's just going to sort of these same areas and playing them over and over again to level up your character, to get loot, and to go back and trade it all in. One other complaint you and I both had is, a staple for this genre is loot.
Yeah.
You have to have great loot, and that is something severely lacking in this game.
It's really weird. You go to the end of a stage, and sometimes you'll kill a boss, and it'll put a whole bunch of canisters in the room. Half the canisters will be empty. The other half will drop bullshit health items. It's where's my rare drop? It's where's the thing that's gonna get me that's gonna finally give me a gun to replace the one I've been using for the last 15 levels.
Yeah, I'm level 34 and I've only changed my armor maybe 3 times. And the co-op was great in this.
I thought so too.
Really easy to set up. Yeah. We got a little bit of lag, but that was only when there was there were a lot of enemies on the screen. Yeah. But I feel like they threw a lot of really good combat situations in us, and we play 2 characters that are very fun to play together.
Right.
Doing that ranged combo where you would start picking off a few guys, and I would just stand in front of you and just try to keep it. I told the rule of the hunter is nobody touches the ranger. That's the rule of the hunter. So. I really enjoyed getting. It felt just like it used to.
Yeah.
Before, just getting into the pressing the buttons at the right time to do your full combos and using your magic attacks and finding best ways to combo your characters.
It's good that they captured that then. Yeah. I'm glad that they were able to capture the feeling of the Dreamcast one, because a lot of people told me it was a great game and I just never played it.
Yeah. Having said that, as much as I enjoy this, and as much as this is my nostalgia kind of being served to me, and that's a good thing. I can't help but wish they would have done a little bit more than it feels just like a port of the game. I mean, it's been I think it's been refined well for a handheld. I complained to you last night about the hub areas and the shops being different from Phantasy Star Online, where you can't walk around in a lounge
They're just
anymore.
menus.
They're just menus, and at first I didn't like that, but then you had said, that kind of does work better for a handheld system.
And it worked better for me in general, because unless the hub world is actually going to involve some sort of exploration and questing, then there's no reason to have you run around in it. Just let me click to the different places that I want to go. And some of the co-op stages were set up as though, they had spots for 2 people to stand to open a door.
That's right.
Or spots for 3 people to stand to open a door. But then that loop problem came in again, where we were like, oh, this is a door where you have to be co-op to enter.
Yeah.
And we go in, and it was some barrels.
Wow,
of shit.
500 Meseta.
Yeah,
Glad we did that. That was awesome.
Money, the most useless resource in the game.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'm not sure the success of this title, because it's not as easy to play with people as it was on Dreamcast, where all you had to do was sign up online. With this, you do need to be within the vicinity of somebody else who has the game and be able to find them. But if you do get the opportunity to do that, to sit around with the group and play it, it's a lot of fun.
It is.
To just
It
grind
totally
through the
is.
levels and do the combat, especially if you can get people with different character classes.
Yeah.
A lot of the moves and combos and sort of situations you and I would end up with, it ends up being like a really fun experience.
What if life was like Squarespace?
Squarespace is a publishing system for anyone looking to build a blog, portfolio, or any kind of website. Squarespace offers a uniquely flexible tool for just about anyone, no coding experience required, to build high-end, complex websites with the same functionality and uniqueness that you find on some of the highest traffic pages on the web. Good taste not included. Sign up today and use promo code COOP.
Hey Ryan, it's Jason. Just wondering where you guys are. I'm sitting at the kitchen table, wondering where you guys are. Been here most of the day, eating a stale bag of chips I found in your cupboard. Just wondering what happened to you guys. Alright, well, I'll probably be here. Hey Jay, it's Jason. Just wondering where you guys are. I'm waiting over here at the office. Been here for a while. Just wondering where you guys are. It's getting a little lonely here. Hey, Cesar, pick up your phone. Hey Rob, it's Jason. Just wondering where you guys are. Keep trying to call you guys, and you guys are answering your phone. Miss you guys. Give me a call back.
We have the princess!
When I saw the game when it was announced last year at E3, I was a big fan of it just from the name. It's such a ridiculous name, yet it's super descriptive and explains, once you see it in motion, it explains everything you need to know about the game. But what I appreciate so much, that having actually played it now, is how complex. Like the concept is simple, but the execution is really complex.
Yeah. Exactly, because you hear something like capture the flag, and the first thing that goes through my head is like, again?
Yeah.
Like, how many capture the flags do I really need in my life?
Yeah, really.
But the twists that they put on the whole concept of just the princess being the flag, you feed her more cake, she gets fatter, so it takes more guys to carry her away. I mean, just that one little twist changes up the entire gameplay.
Well, and then that's besides all the RTS elements that are in it too. It's like you can gather resources to build catapults or springboards or things that help you get into the castle stealthily, or you can take those resources and apply them to your base and upgrade your mage towers and your knight towers and your worker towers and kind of upgrade all your guys too. And so there's so many different things and so many aspects to it.
And like the best capture the flag games, this is a game of momentum.
Absolutely.
You can be in the lead, like totally destroying the other side 1 second, and within a few minutes, if they get a good group of enemies together,
right,
and the right selection of classes working together, like they can maul through your entire army and make a bum rush straight to your castle to take the princess.
And I like the fact that the different classes really do seem to fit different play styles. You know,
Totally.
I could see myself having a lot of fun with just the worker, just going and gathering resources
Absolutely.
and building stuff. And when I need to, you know, upgrading the worker class so I can have the super bomb and then go use the super bomb on people. But like, you know, that's the kind of thing that I think I would do. Like, I don't really feel like being on the front lines today, so I'm just gonna go grab a worker. And
Right, and that can kind of work it to your disadvantage sometimes, because normally when I'm playing matches, I go worker first, and I go out and grab as many resources as possible, because my kind of base strategy is to try to build the catapult as soon as possible, jump a whole group of people over, grab the princess, put her into the sewer, and escape back as soon as possible. So you hit them so fast that you just have no idea. It's kind of like Fat Princess version of the Zerg Rush from
Right,
StarCraft.
Our kingdom is victorious!
I really just love the art style of the game. It's super crisp. You're fortunate enough to be able to play it in high def. It looks great. And
there
it
really
also
is something about making little gnomes explode
exactly,
in blood.
and like the blood and gore and everything. It's so ridiculous, especially when you do have like a large group of people like just running together like Braveheart style with all their axes just swinging.
Well, and when you're in that melee, it is pretty cool that like, oh wait, I'm a worker and I'm in the middle of this melee and this isn't a good idea, but there's like 10 million people that just died right here. I can go pick up any of these hats and just become a warrior and become, because every time somebody dies, they drop their hat. And if somebody was higher level than you, if the other team had higher level warriors, if you pick up their hat, then you become a higher level warrior, even if you're not upgraded.
See, I didn't even know that. I really appreciate all the little details they've put into it, both inside of the game and even the menus. Because when I first played the game, I just picked it up and went straight into it. And after a little while, I hopped into the options menu and pulled up the instruction manual inside the game, which is told like via cartoon descriptions, very similar, reminding me a bit of the original Super Mario Brothers instruction manual, where they had the little drawings showing how you did everything. They have like, you know, over a dozen pages of explaining all these details and everything you can do in the game. And I found that like really useful to learn and just simple to understand way.
And there's so many details to discover consistently, you know, like I didn't even know that you could regain life in the game, you know, I thought it was, you die and you're dead, but if you sit down for more than 3 seconds, you start eating cake. I love how cake is like the, you know, everything in this game.
Or when we noticed that when you're running on the path, you run faster than when you hop off the path.
Totally.
That's really genius design, because it makes the whole playing field is still available, but you know where the majority of traffic is going to be simply because people can move faster on these paths.
You know, obviously the beta only has one map, but I'd say at this point, I'm kind of getting tired of the one map. I definitely can't wait till the game hits so that you can see other stuff that they have.
At the same time, it does have a fuck around mode. After you put the princess on her throne, it lets you continue playing with like the windscreen on, and you can then go. I've actually taken my princess back into their base, put her in their dungeon, just to see what happens. And you know what's funny? They keep feeding her cake.
That's the thing about a multiplayer game that's designed well, and I think this one is that you can play the same map over and over and over again, and every experience will always be just a little bit different based on the teams that are
and the combination of players that you're playing,
and the combination of things that are upgraded and what you have available to you. So I think it's been proven to me, just in a little bit that I've played, I guess, that playing maps over and over and over again in this game isn't going to be tiring to me in the same way that playing the same maps over and over again in any other multiplayer focused game that I really enjoyed didn't get tiring to me.
Looking to drive viewers to your video content? Then get a .tv domain name and stand out from the crowd. .tv domains are perfect for podcasters, video bloggers, anyone with something to say. And they're now available at GoDaddy.com. Plus, enter code CO1 when you check out and save an additional 10% off your entire order. Some restrictions apply, see site for details, and get your piece of the internet at GoDaddy.com.
That means it's like healthy and delicious, right?
roasted garlic hummus. That sounds fucking awesome.
Dude, that does sound pretty awesome.
2-liter Doritos.
Holy crap.
That's a huge huggy.
Oh shit, I'm getting a call. I'll be back, you guys. Good. Yo, what's up, man?
Rob Bowen.
Hey, what's going on, dude?
Have you played the Red Faction demo yet?
Oh no, I haven't seen that yet. What's up with that?
I'm pretty impressed.
What's new about it?
It seems like they're setting it up more as like an open-ended like sandbox style game. The demo is great. It just puts you in this area and they kind of give you like a beginning and an end and they just let you fill out the middle.
Mason, check your map. Well, you get the walker. I'll bring the truck around.
With this, dude, pretty much any, what you would call like a static mesh or model, everything can break in this game. Like everything.
Holy crap. How's the graphics?
Well, when I first booted it up, I wasn't really impressed by it. But then when I, first walked up and broke through a wall and then broke through a building and then was throwing charges on every object I could find and realizing that everything will explode or will break when you damage it. It's kind of like adds to the beauty of the game because, you look at it differently. It's not just, the how many polygons or the lighting effects. You look at this sort of playground, to get to your objective and, you ask yourself, how am I going to do this? I could run through and just do some quick gunplay or I could, try to make as much noise as possible. The whole objective is you need to get control of this really large piece of mining equipment, which is this big mech walker that can kind of just tear through anything.
Yeah.
Once you get a hold of it, you need to make your way back through the compound to load it basically onto a truck for a guy that's waiting for you. And dude, getting this thing back, you know what it reminds me of? Is playing Blast Corps on Nintendo 64.
Yeah. You just kind of mowing everything down, right?
Right, exactly. And then, the finale is great. They finish it up when you get on the truck. You take control of this sort of missile turret in the back, and as your getaway driver is, getting you out of there, you're being chased by all these EDF officers.
Friends down the road. Hold off the enemy till we get there.
Don't worry about me. You just drive.
At the end, they show you where you did your mission on the map, and then they zoom out to this enormous topographical map of Mars, and it has all these different regions, and then all the missions start swarming in, and you can get sort of a feeling of just how large and expansive this game is at least supposed to be.
How many times have you played that demo?
Way too many times. Way too many times. But the thing is I'm always finding some new thing that I didn't see before or some new type of way of playing it. And I'm really interested to see when, they reveal the rest of the 120 missions or whatever it's supposed to have, how all those are going to kind of intertwine together. It's coming out in 3 weeks and it wasn't on my radar at all. And now I'm really excited to play it.
Sweet. So it's like a big GTA in space almost.
That's
what
it kind
of sounds like. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
But everything's destructible. Yeah. You can just smash everything though.
Yeah, exactly. Well, get over here. When you guys are done shopping or doing whatever it is you're doing, just come over here and I'll show you guys.
All right, yeah, cool. Yeah.
All right, man.
I'm actually really close to the house, so I'm on my way.
Sounds good.
I'll talk to you in a sec. Bye.
All right. Bye.
What's wrong, Billy? No money for new games? Well, try GameFly. GameFly is the largest online video game rental service and offers you a choice from over 6,000 new and classic titles across all consoles and handhelds. With plans starting at $15.95 a month, GameFly members can rent 1 to 4 games at a time and keep them for as long as they like. There are no late fees, no due dates, and shipping is always free. Once you're done playing a game, send it back and GameFly will send you the next available game on your list. If you really like the game you're playing, simply click Keep It on the GameFly website and the game is yours, at a discounted price. GameFly will even mail you the case and manuals free of charge. Co-op fans will get a 2-week free trial when they go to gamefly.com/co-op. Some restrictions apply. See site for details.
So nice.
So invigorating.
So much vitamin D in my eyeballs.
Should we try to do it again tomorrow?
Dude, we should definitely do it.
All right. If the weather's good, let's go.
All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow then.
Good night, man.
All right, bye, man.
Later, gents.
Have a good one. Guys.
Peace.
Awesome day. Awesome.